Just a reminder that these videos are made for adult doll collectors or adults buying dolls for others. This is not a video for children. Viewer discretion is advised. Thank you very much for listening. Hello, Internet! My name is Kelsey, and welcome back to my closet. So, I haven't done one of these videos in a little while because the news has been kind of dry, but that tends to be the case at this time of year because usually we know pretty much what's on the way for the rest of the year. The holiday shopping season has started, so there's not too much, but sometimes we get a slow little trickle of what's to come for the following year, and that's a lot of what we're going to be talking about today. So let's jump right in here with Rainbow High and the newest main gimmick line that they'll be coming out with in 2025. These are the Creative Crystal dolls. They'll be $24.99 each, and honestly, these might be my favorite of the main releases that they've done besides Sparkle and Shine. First of all, no more slime. Thank God. There's also no pets, which is another win. The gimmick this time is that all the accessories are crystal looking, and you have to make them with resin because they come with molds and resin. So considering that MGA is leaning more heavily into Miniverse these days, and a lot of their newer capsules have this format of silicone molds to make the minis, I'm not surprised that this idea has now leaked into Rainbow High. And it's really a cool idea. Obviously, the molds are reusable, so if you have leftover Miniverse resin, or resin from the craft store, or if you just get more than one of these dolls, you can reuse the molds with different colors and make the accessories in any way that you want. But, I mean, they must come with a lot of resin for these dolls, because if you look at how many molds there are, you have to make the earrings, the purse, the headband, the sunglasses, and what looks like a human-sized ring. That's a lot of stuff to make with resin. They're gonna need a lot of parent supervision. Are kids going to have the patience to wait for the resin to fully dry before they're able to dress up their doll with the accessories? They don't come with a UV light to speed things along, so you either have to live in a very sunny area and only do this during the day, or have some other UV light, or already have the Miniverse branded UV light sold separately, batteries not included. Don't get me wrong, I'd rather have this gimmick than the slime, but it seems a little more difficult for who they're trying to target as an audience. But that aside, what about the dolls themselves? I actually think the designs here are pretty decent. I'm starting to get the feeling that the first wave of dolls and fashion packs for the brand switchover was super rushed, and they were just trying to come up with whatever they could to solidify that Rainbow High is in this new direction. But now that that's been established, they're taking their time, they can make more tweaks before putting them into production, and it's paying off. So let's look at them one by one. First, we have Amaya. I really like her outfit, actually. It's not heavily layered or anything. None of them are super heavily layered. Like, there's some layering, but not a whole lot. But it's cohesive, and it fits better with her old style of white outfits with pops of color. I also really like the chain detail on the hoodie. That's a very classic Rainbow High kind of detail. The shoes are the weak spot, and that's for all of the dolls in this line. Pretty much all the Rainbow High shoes lately have been this like jelly look. I guess for a crystal themed line, it makes sense because they're translucent, but they lack a lot of detail. But yeah, Amaya, she's alright. Bella, I wanted to like this Bella, you know, she's my girl, but I really don't like the face up on her. I think it's the lips. They're just a little too pale, and it makes the rest of her face washed out, but her outfit is pretty cute. I wish we had a better look at the skirt because it's half hidden under the long button-down shirt, but from what I can see, it looks like it has some hearts and little ruffles. But I do really like the little t-shirt and the button-down. I think they're great for restyling purposes. The necklace is not working for me with this outfit, but I think that could also be repurposed in another outfit. I also like the big bow headband combined with her somewhat 50s hairstyle. You know, Bella's always supposed to have the classic sense of style, so they seem to be leaning into that here. Skylar, I actually think she's cute. I don't know what happened, but once Skylar made the transition into this new era of Rainbow High, I just genuinely started to like her designs more. The best piece here is definitely the overdress, or whatever you want to call it. Has the puffy sleeves, a little split in the front. Yeah, they put a plastic bodice over it, but you could easily change that out for something else in your existing Rainbow High wardrobe to make the outfit better. She even has one of the better pair of shoes because they're not just fully clear. They have the little molded ruffle details. Not bad, Skylar. Not bad at all. And then we get to Violet, who seems to be the only one out of the group with glitter on her lips, but it just looks like she has crumbs, so can someone get this girl a napkin, please? As for her outfit, though, she's looking very diva, very glam, which is keeping in line with her original style. I wish I could see what it looks like without the stole, because the stole is very bulky, and it almost kind of looks like her arms are coming through a hole in the side, so maybe it's not even a stole and it's like a giant furry vest with massive shoulder pads. She's the most glamorous cave woman that ever existed. That might just be the editing for the stock image, but I also wouldn't put it past Rainbow High to create such a piece. And then finally, we have a new character in this lineup, Iris Bow, and she is definitely my favorite. First of all, I think she does the rainbow shtick better than Amaya, but I also love that they gave her these little pops of red. I really like her face. She has the dark lip, she has a gold colored eye chip, which I don't think we've seen before, but correct me if I'm wrong. And she has some textured hair. I like the way that they incorporated the rainbow in it, and I really like her outfit. I've always loved when Rainbow High used that decorative rainbow stitching, and they used that all over her skirt. Even the shirt with the sequins is fine because they're clear, so you can't really see that they're sequins. They don't look as garish as other sequins. Her boots, while still having the jelly look, are probably the best shoes because most of the shoes for this new era of Rainbow High have just been standard heels or pumps or whatever, but these are boots, so yay, something different. But I would probably change them out for a different shoe if I was restyling her. I'm kind of vibing with her. I might actually want to buy her, but we'll see. She's kind of on the levels of Rosetta as being qualified enough to join my collection. So overall, this line is pretty decent. If Rainbow High continues on a track like this with future releases, I wouldn't be mad. It's never going to be the same as it was, but we're starting to see some more hints of their former glory in some of these newer releases, so I can accept that. But that's not all we're getting from Rainbow High, because we have 2 new Hairplay dolls with hair chalk. Amaya is back again, because of course she is. You know, she was the first Hairplay doll in the line, so makes sense. But they also chose Maline from the Rainbow Divas, which is a weird choice to me. I don't know if it's because she has more neutral, lighter hair color to use with the hair chalk, or if they were looking for a character of color, so you would have a counterpart to Amaya. But to me, it would have made more sense just to create a new character for this. Because why Maline out of all the characters? It would have made more sense to do Aisha, because she has silver hair, which is practically white anyway, so it would be closer to Amaya. Putting that aside, these dolls actually have kind of cute outfits. I definitely like the design of Amaya's skirt. I love the big flower on the front, and the top has embroidery of flowers. Unfortunately, we can't see what the shoes look like, but they're probably nothing special. Maline's outfit is a little more costumey, I think, because of the gold accents, you know, because gold was her original color. So they're trying to bring that in, but it's not terrible. I don't like that plastic chain belt. It's totally unnecessary. I don't know why they added that. It looks ridiculous, but you know, you could obviously just take that off. And her face is very, very pretty. I mean, they did a really nice job on her makeup. These dolls, as you might have noticed, are also 5 points of articulation. So they're supposed to be more on the budget end of things because they're $19.99, but because of the hair chalk, you know, that's what keeps the price higher. They're only like $5 less than the main line of Rainbow High. If you really want to provide a budget doll, they should have just put them as slim box dolls without the hair chalk, and then you could have sold them at the same price that you did the swim dolls. But that's just my thoughts, you know, I don't know. For Hairplay dolls, they're not so bad. Something else we'll be getting from MGA is another round of mini Yummiland dolls. There are 6 characters in this picture here, but there are a couple that we have out-of-box pictures of as well. And we can't see their names, and they haven't been written down anywhere that I could find. but you can get an idea of some of their scents. So in this picture with the boxed ones, we have a cotton candy, bubblegum, spicy cinnamon, boba tea, rock candy, and sweethearts, the official sweethearts conversation hearts. And then in addition to that, we have this adorable little pink lollipop girl, this blonde who for some reason reminds me of a banana split, the girl who definitely has to be marshmallow scented, and this bunny one who I wouldn't be surprised if it was a Peeps collab. I really like the designs of this next wave. I really liked the first wave, but I think these might be even better. Their designs just pop more than the first. They have a lot more variety, they're more colorful, and I think they'll translate really well into the larger dolls. I don't think I'll be collecting any more of the larger ones. I like the ones that I have, but they're just so big. I don't really have the space for them or a good place to display them, but I could easily collect an army of the little ones. I just don't know what I'll do with all the lip gloss. No word on when they're coming yet, but like the first wave of minis, they'll be $9.99. This next one is a quick one, but I wanted to squeeze this in because I really do like these dolls, even though I haven't gotten any of them yet. Decora Girlz will be getting a second series, as well as some fashion packs, which was discovered at Toy Fair, if I'm not mistaken. They're set to come out in fall of this year, which, you know, is well upon us, so probably within the next few weeks to be in time for like Black Friday shopping and all that. There will be 4 new characters: Decora Dream, Regina, Heather, and Pixel. I know it's hard to get all the details because they're just box art style pictures here and they're really small, but I'm really liking Decora Dream. I think she seems pretty cute. But like, all of them are cute. I do like this line a lot. The only reason I haven't gotten them yet is because 1, I was prioritizing other dolls, and 2, the one I wanted with the emo style wasn't available as an individual doll at first, and I didn't want to get the 2-pack, so I was waiting for her to come out by herself. So I have a little catching up to do. Hopefully they won't do the 2-pack thing again so that people could get the one that they want without having to potentially get one that they don't want. And hopefully they'll also be more widely available. They recently started stocking them in Target. That's good, that makes it easier for some people. As for the fashion packs, we have a prom queen set and a slumber party set. I'm assuming they're gonna also come with new stickers to use to decorate the dolls, as well as the outfit and accessories. They both seem to be geared towards Decora the character, but hopefully if they do more fashion packs in the future, they'll start to incorporate the styles and colors of other characters so there's more variety. But good on them for actually doing fashion packs so that people don't have to get an entire new doll just to get different clothes. I am very excited to see where Decora Girlz goes in the future. Now let's move on to Mattel, specifically Monster High. First of all, apparently there will be a second wave of real drama dolls coming in the second half of 2025. The only confirmed character that we have so far is Cleo, but it's likely that they'll add in some other characters who haven't had the black and white treatment yet. And on the one hand, it's awesome that they're going to be doing more dolls in this style. The first wave was super cool. They were very striking with the grayscale. On the other hand, the release of the first wave of real drama was so terrible with the distribution. It would be really nice if they would re-release the first wave again with the addition of Cleo so that people who couldn't get them the first time would get another chance without having to pay a reseller. But who knows? I mean, we haven't confirmed the rest of who's going to be in this line. Maybe it is going to be a re-release. Maybe Mattel will surprise us, maybe not. Also in late 2025, we'll be getting a second wave of Wednesday dolls. The only character that's confirmed right now is Bianca, but I wouldn't be surprised if they do another variant of Wednesday in a different outfit as part of this wave. You know, she is the main character. Since I haven't watched the show, I wouldn't really know what other characters are most likely to show up or who the favorites were that people would be wanting to see. So I'll toss that question out to you guys. Who would you want to see in Wednesday Wave 2 from Monster High? Or who are you assuming is going to be in this wave? We also have a cute little playset coming out, the Secret Potion Room. This is supposed to be like Draculaura's secret area where she can do potions as part of her practicing witchcraft. I don't know if this is a room that actually exists in the show, because I still haven't watched it. I know I'm a terrible fan. I like the setup that they've got here. There's a little secret door in one of the lockers. The other side of the lockers have shelves. The accessories are really cute because they have little magic features and they look kind of spooky, which is nice. There's a book stand in the shape of a hand, which I just love that. And the stool with the bat wings, that's a nice little furniture piece. If you had the school playset, I think this would be a great add-on. Plus, if you didn't have the school playset, it's pretty narrow. It looks like it can fold up. So I think it would fit really easily into a smaller doll space. And this is supposed to be coming out in spring of 2025, but there's no price on it yet. And then the last thing that we have from Monster High, which is coming out now, is Buried Secrets, which is a blind box line that just recently landed on Amazon. Right now they're out of stock, but some people have gotten a hold of them in Europe, so we have a few real pictures in addition to the stock pictures. They're $14.99 each, and there are 4 characters: Draculaura, Cleo, Claudine, and Frankie. Now, this is definitely more of a budget line than the other core budget dolls that they've released, and I don't have a problem with that. The problem I have with this is that they are a blind box doll line. At $14.99, that's steep when you don't know what you're getting. Though honestly, I'm kind of surprised it took Mattel 2 years to make any kind of blind box Monster High doll, because they're still doing it with Barbie Color Reveal. I'm pretty sure Disney Princess also has a blind box line, so I guess it was not gonna last forever to have no blind boxes in Monster High. Hopefully, as more people get their hands on them, there'll be like a code system or some other way to make sure you know who you're getting. But as for the dolls themselves, I think they're really cute, despite the loss of most of the articulation. They kept the wrist joints of all things, which is odd, but I guess I'll take it. The theme is creepover, so they're dressed in pajamas and they come with some slumber party accessories like eye masks and little makeup things. The pajamas are pretty basic. They're almost identical with the construction of them for all the dolls, just with a swap of a printed fabric to match their themes, but there's no painted on tops, so thank God they're fully fabric. That's a win in my book. And they even have earrings. I also like the little star freckles across the nose. The makeup is really nice too. Frankie's the only one we don't have a picture of, but on the 3 that we do, they did unique makeup looks that we haven't seen yet for these characters, when they could have easily just kept it very basic and reused a stamp that they already had. Even the shoes are new molds, and I gotta say, I'm really liking Draculaura's slippers with the bat heads. I also love the addition of the little bat wings on Draculaura's cheek heart. I think that's just a really cute little extra detail. But you may notice, if you're really good at spotting doll hair, that they all have poly. And it's not too much of a surprise considering they are a budget line and they had to cut costs where they could, but that doesn't mean I'm happy about it. But as a whole, I think this is a cute line. Definitely on the nicer end of a budget line. I just wish that they were regular slim box dolls rather than blind boxes. If you're on a budget and you can only get one of these dolls for your kid, you want to be able to get them the one that they want, not have to hope you'll magically pick the right one. Mattel, you'll still sell the same amount of dolls, probably even more dolls, with open window packaging. Stop with the blind boxes! Down with blind boxes for dolls! And finally, I did want to touch on the new MyScene collector dolls. But I want to preface this by saying that I have never had a MyScene doll, I didn't have them growing up, and I haven't bought any as an adult. So I'm looking at these completely objectively with no frame of reference for MyScene. These are coming out in November, and they'll be $39.99 each. We have Barbie, Madison, and Chelsea. And when the leaked announcements were coming out about these, they promised us Y2K fashion, and I think they definitely delivered on that. We got flared pants, butterfly motifs, ruffled denim skirt, it's all here. The details on the clothes also look fantastic. I'm loving Madison's jeans. The big pockets, that glittery kind of denim. I would have worn that back then. Hell, I'd wear those jeans now. I like Chelsea's color scheme too. I really like the paisley lining in her jacket. That is a really nice piece. I wish they had given Barbie a fabric belt because they gave Madison a fabric belt, but they do all have fabric bags, which is amazing. I don't really vibe with the faces though, and I think that's why I've never gotten MyScene dolls. I know they have 2 different face styles, and this is, I think, closer to the original, but correct me if I'm wrong. But I've never had a MyScene doll's face like jump out at me the way other doll faces do. But I think, and like I said, I don't really know what I'm talking about, I think they would fit in and blend rather well with the original MyScene collection. Like, if you put them side by side, I wouldn't know that one of them came out in 2024 versus 2002. Now, if they made any references on these dolls to the original in any of these designs, those are totally lost on me, but I'm sure some of you who have grown up with them or still collect them as adults probably have noticed those details. Are they worth $40? Considering Mattel's pricing on things, you know, that kind of falls in the usual ballpark of these kinds of dolls, they do have nicer fabrics than other Mattel dolls that are out there, and I'm sure the nostalgia factor for a lot of people makes that price more worth it. Not to mention they are labeled as collector. So I don't think it's a terrible price. It's a little steep unless you're like really chomping at the bit for some MyScene dolls. Let's consider ourselves lucky that they didn't put them as a Mattel Creations doll, because then they'd be like $75. But you seasoned MyScene collectors, let me know what you think. Let me know how they compare to the original dolls. And with that, guys, that's everything that I wanted to talk about today. I know this is a little bit shorter of a news video than I would usually do, but like I said, news has been kind of dry, but I definitely wanted to get my opinions out on some of these things, so now it's your turn to let me know what you think of these upcoming releases. What are your favorites? What are you excited about getting? Let me know in the comments. And as always, thanks so much for watching the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share the video with your friends, and until next time, bye!